Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ask a Care Manager. My name is Ryan Abramski. I am the Business Development Director, and I'm joined as always with Teresa Jackson, our Director of Care Management. The both of us work for EasyLiving. We're a home care and care management agency serving the Tampa Bay area for over 20 years. As always, the Ask a Care Manager series is brought to you by our friends over at the Senior Living Resource Magazine and their website, theseniorlivingguide.com, your one-stop resource for all things senior housing and health. Anything from home care services like EasyLiving to assisted living facilities, memory care, senior health, and care management, again, like EasyLiving. Check out their magazine, Senior Living Resource Magazine, and their website, seniorlivingguide.com. And they will deliver an issue directly to your home via the mail if you requested it. So, Teresa, welcome back. Hello.
Hi.
So, normally we talk about families or even our clients themselves setting up care management services, but that is not always the case. So, tell me a little about who else would hire a care manager besides the client themselves or the family members of that client.
So that's a very good question, because over the years I have been hired by attorneys, by fiduciary specialists, CPAs, accountants that have developed a relationship with their client. Maybe they've worked with their client for years and years. And a lot of times you see, for example, where a husband and wife might always go to the same CPA, and then one of the spouse dies, maybe the husband passes away, and they didn't have any children, they didn't have any other family. So the CPA or the other professional will often become that person's power of attorney and healthcare surrogate. And it's good for them to, be able to continue managing their finances, because they've got a good idea of what, they know what's going on financially, and they can continue to advise them. But often they find themselves needing help when it comes to managing their clients' health and medical issues.
Sure.
So then they'll reach out to a care manager or an aging life care specialist and hire us to help them in that capacity. So I remember I had this one long-term client that an attorney was her power of attorney and healthcare surrogate. So the attorney's she would go and visit the client, of course, but she would not sit down, review the chart in the nursing facility, talk to the staff, ask, the questions to the physicians, what's going on. She hired me to do that because, again, that's the area of expertise of an aging life care manager.
Absolutely. And I think too, if, they're a professional like that, their services, sometimes attorney fees can be hundreds of dollars per hour. And if they're spending all that time trying to go to doctor's appointments and doing all these little things with them, that could really, really rack up a large bill for that individual, when a care manager is a little bit more of a cost-effective approach to do those type of things.
Oh, exactly. And again, you're hiring someone and bringing someone else to the care team that specializes in their particular area. Just like if, let's say we had a client and they needed to sell a house, I'm going to reach out to a realtor. I'm not going to pretend like I can sell that home and get the most profit out of it on behalf of the client. I'm going to reach out to a specialist in that area, whatever it may be.
I think that's a good point you make too, because, when families come to us, maybe they'll hire a care manager directly, but there sometimes becomes that's out of the scope of what you guys are able to do or legally able to do. And I think
Correct.
You make a good point there, where we will actually bring in other professionals if the situation deems that you might need a CPA, you might need another law attorney, or you might need some sort of other type of attorney.
Exactly. I'm working with a client right now to help her get more organized with her bills and her paperwork, because it's a safety hazard. It's all over the house and there's stacks of it. She's giving a lot of money to charity. So I'm going to be looking at the different charities that she's donating to say, okay, maybe this one, not enough of what you're giving is actually getting to the puppies or whatever the charity may be. But when it comes to like doing bill pay, I want someone that specializes in that and can do a more thorough review of her accounts to make sure that everything is there. So I will reach out to someone else and bring them in to the team. So it's
Like
more effective and it's more efficient.
right?
Say that again.
Like a daily money manager.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So that's the thing is like with care management, it works both ways. So we're not only hired, by families, but we also are hired by the professionals. And then the care managers also utilize professionals to help better serve their clients at the end of the day.
Yes. And sometimes, it's necessary. We'll find ourselves to be in a position where we need to back away more. So, for instance, we're working with a client that she needs to have a guardian brought in. So we're helping get that established and set up. We're working with an attorney. We're working with a family member who's out of state. And now when we bring the guardian in, we know that we won't have to do as much because the guardian will be able to do that. We will be here to help support the guardian in any capacity necessary. But it will be more cost effective to have the guardian take over a lot of the things that we're trying to get set up right now.
Absolutely. And I think that's the important part is that you guys are always advocating for the client what's the best interest for them, whether that's financially or legally, wherever the case may be. And if that means you guys have to step away or have to defer to someone else, you will be doing that.
And exactly. Another case, which is a great example, is I'm trying to help facilitate better communication between a guardian of property and a guardian of the person. Because if they can communicate more effectively with each other, then I can step back and that's going to save our client resources. And that's Absolutely. What it's all about. We always put the client's needs first. And, I've said it multiple times, I can go in, do a great job and work myself out of a job because they don't need me anymore, and that's fine. I understand that because you know what they're going to do? They're going to recommend our services and my services to someone else.
It's very similar to the home care side. Whenever anyone hires us for home care after like an injury or fall, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, we always hope that they get better and maybe don't need us anymore, but then they turn around and recommend, say, hey, when I broke my hip, EasyLiving came in, they were awesome. They took care of me until I was up and about again. And then, that word of mouth is always the most beneficial referral that we can always receive.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate your insight. And it's always good to know. And I think, our audience to know too, that, it's not just the families that hire us. We do work with many, many professionals in the Tampa Bay area, and we work, with them back and pass back the referrals to them to make sure that your clients are getting the best possible advice or legal situation or legal and financial advice that they possibly can receive too. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us this week. Teresa, thank you as always. Appreciate it. And we hope to see everyone next time.
Thank you.